What's going on, YouTube? Lil Unc back again with another reaction. And today we got when a gang member confronted Mike Tyson, man. The last Mike Tyson reaction will be at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which one to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Find me on Instagram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. Without further introduction, let's get into it.
This gonna be a fight. Tyson, you know it. You hit me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Welcome back to the Big Fight League here on BLT.
You say
What's wrong with this dude? His eye was just hanging out his head.
On today's video, we revisit the infamous two-fight saga between Mike Tyson and Mitch "Blood" Green. A genuine beef that 10 rounds of boxing couldn't squash, as the two would face off one more time on the street, this time in a much shorter affair with a decisive victor. Let's get right to it.
That shit hot party in the motherfucker, no way. Alright, look, this is a movie or something.
With the
That
decisive
something look like Mike Tyson.
Let's get right to it.
Probably a reenactment. Definitely don't look like Mike.
Closing with a flurry. The bell is going to sound.
After Tyson's 10-round decision to James Quick Tillis in 1986, the invincibility aura from Kid Dynamite took a slight knock as the two heavyweights battled out a much closer fight than the boxing fans and bookmakers expected.
How disappointed are you that the knockout string is over?
Not at all. If anything, I feel relieved, and I'm confident if I wanted to, I could have knocked them out.
It was Tyson's first time going the distance, as he had finished his previous 19 opponents all inside the opening 2 or 3 rounds.
My boy Tyson be low with it.
He had finished
weaving.
all inside the opening 2.
Okay. Nah, we gotta tune this some Tyson, some real Tyson knocking niggas out, man. I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna react to that Mike Tyson.
Opening 2 or 3.
My fault, shit. My fault, y'all. Camera died. You feel me? Saying I'm back and finish this Mike Tyson video, you know? Back.
That gave some of the other heavyweight contenders an incentive to catch this teenage dynamo early, halt the hype train, and earn the highest possible payday outside of a championship fight.
Tyson say, gonna give me a fight, I want Mike Tyson. Point blank. Michelle Tyson, he's a mo, I'm gonna knock him out.
Mitch "Blood" Green was one of the first fighters to utilize the new age of digital camcorders to get his message out there to boxing fans.
Now I'm gonna show you something. Feast your eyes on a real heavyweight.
There was no social media in those days, but local news stations and televised sports networks such as HBO would air the clips during a broadcast to gauge the fans' reaction.
Power! I ain't no joke. My name is Mitch Green. Now you heard my fight. Watch my smoke.
It's probably due to audio compression over time, but I can honestly say I have difficulty understanding what Mitch Green is saying. Two clear things were the muscle flexing and homophobic slur.
It's really because he's from New York. That's a New York thing. Yeah, I know when I be out, sometimes y'all don't understand what I'm saying because we just be talking real fast and slang, all types of, like, it's a whole combination of things, man. But yeah, man, that's really why it's in New York.
No joke. My name is Mitch Green. Now you heard my fight. Watch my smoke.
It's probably due to audio compression over time, but I can honestly say I have difficulty understanding what Mitch Green is saying. Two clear things were the muscle flexing and homophobic slurs, and bizarrely enough, as far as my research suggests, this was enough to land him a shot at the hottest prospect in world boxing.
Oh, you from Detroit? You're not even from New York. I thought you were New York. Okay.
Growing up on the tough streets of Detroit, Mitch Green was a prominent player in 1970s New York gang warfare. By the age of 17, he had witnessed his father lose his life in a bizarre Western-style quick-draw shootout, not long before being shot twice himself, fortunately escaping with non-fatal injuries. Green tried to escape gang life by joining the UBA boxing gym in New York, but by this time his ties to the streets
He was in New York. I'm New on my bum. I've seen a yellow cab and shit.
were too pronounced, as he was now hailed the king of New York street gangs by the NYPD for his role as gang leader in the Deadly Bloods crew. Things slowly started to change for Mitch.
Nah, it's the old school. He's got the froze. So
for his role as gang leader in the Deadly Bloods crew. Things slowly started to change for Mitch as his reputation as a gang leader was exceeded by that of a talented amateur boxer. The muscular 6'5" big man that was racking up copious tournament success, including several New York Golden Gloves.
From the Bronx, New York, undefeated in 5 professional bouts with 1 draw.
Green took to the professional ring in 1980 and quickly started racking up wins over journeyman and fringe contenders such as Jumbo Cummings. Champion in waiting Trevor Berbick became the first man to beat Green in 1985, where Mitch made a good account of himself, only losing by majority decision. Both Tyson and Green were on the fringe of a world title shot, so regardless of the antics, the two were on a likely collision course. The trash talk from Green just helped build more interest in the fight, which in turn certainly struck a chord with Tyson, who openly admitted to hating that ugly mother effer.
And Mike Tyson, traditionally, no robe, no socks. He says it makes him feel like a warrior, makes him feel like a gladiator.
Tyson met Green for the first time in May 1986 at Madison Square Garden. It was Tyson's first match at a prestigious boxing venue and also the first to be covered by a large television network. Yet, the occasion didn't change the traditional no robe, no socks attire. He was all business and had a personal vendetta to settle with the now not-so-confident-looking Mitch Blood Green.
And was so much a factor in the last fight that we showed you here on HBO that he didn't double up. He just was a little bit lazy, especially in the later rounds. So we'll see what he does about that against Mitch Green.
Always aggressive, right in front of his man. Now we see some head movement.
Not head nose.
There's the left hook I was talking about.
He did draw a warning from Luis about holding. Green's in trouble. Good left hand by Tyson.
Everyone has a plan until they get their mouthguard punched out of the ring in the first round. While Green had all the physical advantages, Tyson's supreme boxing skills and speed negated the gap in size and weight, backing up Green from the opening bell, slipping and countering, forcing the much bigger man into survival mode from the word go.
Big right hand against Tillis. And what a shot! That is an awesome shot.
Tyson punched out Green's mouthguard again in the third, where
jab.
after he started mocking his opponent for having a wide, gulping mouth, stalking him across the ring, landing fierce, single power punches.
The fist throws his punches.
Another big left hook.
Hey, Tyson, there, good uppercut. He has to take the stand eventually. Another couple body shots.
Bigger than
well,
body,
he's
yeah.
smiling.
Oh,
Tyson is
yeah.
smiling, but see, Green has those fast hands.
The fight became so routine in the closing stages, the crowd knew they were witnessing a foregone conclusion. Tyson himself appeared to have his mind elsewhere as he bizarrely kissed his trainer, Kevin Rooney, while he was trying to deliver him intricate strategies and details regarding the fight.
Well, Kevin Rooney is in there and just jabbering away 100 miles a minute. Mike Tyson leaned over and just kissed him.
Tyson closed the show, trying to score the knockout, but Green's disinclination to engage allowed him to grab and clinch his way to safety, resulting in him losing 9 out of 10 of the rounds on every judge's scorecard.
But we knew deep inside that I was going to win this fight so easy because of his style. He's a gang tough opponent, and he took some fairly decent shots. But as you know, I won comfortably, and I didn't try for the knockout, and I used a great deal of discipline in there, not knocking him out.
Tyson claimed he carried Green the 10-round distance on purpose to punish him for as long as possible, and whether it was true or not, Green's personal pride was hurt, and he was willing to do whatever it took to restore a sliver of respect amongst his peers. Green retired from boxing after the Tyson loss and returned to the street to earn a living from selling drugs. He always planned to one day get Tyson back in the ring, but as his years of inactivity ensued, Tyson progressed to one of the most dominant heavyweight champions of all time, undefeated and undisputed.
Oh, so he never,
the days of
he never
fighting lingering contenders such as Mitch Green were over.
I just saw more.
It wasn't until a couple of years after their fight that the two would meet again, this time in Green's element, the street. In the early hours of August 23rd, 1988, Mitch Green got wind that Tyson was shopping at a local clothing.
God damn, this was long than a motherfucker ago. What the fuck?
Or close by to where he ran things on the street. Tyson had traveled a fair distance to pick up. In the early hours of August 23rd, 1988, Mitch Green got wind that Tyson was shopping at a local clothing store close by to where he ran things on the street. Tyson had traveled a fair distance to pick up a luxury leather jacket handmade by one of his friends over at Dapper Dan's. As Tyson was chilling in the store with his entourage, Mitch Green burst through the door on his own, high on angel dust, demanding Tyson either give him a rematch or empty his pockets right there on the spot.
Damn.
Tyson.
Okay, he probably be off the edge with us. That's why his words be like that. My fault for putting down the whole New York. My fault, my New York kids that's watching this. I had to put down the whole New York. Maybe just something I do. I just be slurring my words and talking fast and shit with mad slang.
Of course, no stranger to altercations on the street, dragged Mitch Green outside and pummeled him to the ground multiple times. Spectators said that the fight was short, violent, and very one-sided. In fact, it was no longer than 15 to 20 seconds, but that's more than long enough for the heavyweight champion to inflict severe damage. There is no footage of the fight, regardless of the and very one-sided. In fact, it was no longer than 15 to 20 seconds, but that's more than long enough for the heavyweight champion to inflict severe damage. There is no footage of the fight, regardless of the clickbait you see on YouTube, but there were many accounts of what happened that all aligned, all except Green's account, where he claimed Tyson sucker punched him and ran.
Damn. Who threw the first punch here?
Split his
he
shit.
did. He sucker punched me because he's with his friends, you know, and when he hit me, and I said I couldn't get a chance to get to him like I wanted to because everybody was like pulling me, you know, holding me, like so he could get away from me, so he could get away, and he ran from me.
Green was certain the Tyson scuffle, which became mainstream news around the world, would add enough public intrigue to get his rival back in the ring. But Mitch had already burnt his bridges among the promoters in the sport, with his violent threats to Don King in the past already shadow banning him from ever earning any serious money in the ring again. After Green's failed attempts to get the rematch with Tyson, he filed a civil lawsuit for $20 million due to the injuries he suffered during their fight. The former gang leader came away with one small W to coincide with a long list of L's, winning the case and being awarded $45,000, close to what his purse was during their professional fight in 1986.
Yeah, I remember seeing Mitch Green's eye after that. It was like,
he broke his socket. Broke the eye socket. Yeah.
He broke his eye socket.
Yeah. Eye socket. You gotta hit really hard to do some like that, right?
Green returned to the ring 7 years later, but at that point he was a shell of his former self and was beaten by journeymen with losing records until he hung him up for good in 2005. As of 2022, Green is still a large-as-life character, but now employs his energy into his love of Christianity. He still has a gripe with Tyson, but I think it's fair to say the two have now moved on, and whenever the topic is brought up today, they both make light of their infamous 30-year feud.
And that didn't work. The boy scared to death. That's why at the street fight, the boy scared to death.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't y'all have a street fight, Mitch?
For the ring, for the street. Thinking the man would do something about it, he wouldn't do nothing. Oh, man, he freaked me out.
Did you know that actually Tyson and Sal are good friends and he comes to the show? He knew, look there. Yeah, it's like Tyson. You see that?
He and that's the end of this one, y'all. When a gang leader confronted Mike Tyson, man. If you enjoyed this Mike Tyson reaction, be sure to click on the last Mike Tyson reaction on your screen right now. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which reaction next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. And I'm out of here.